Alright, good people. What is up? Good evening. It is Voodoo here. Making a special video tonight. This is probably going to be a pretty long video. But what it is in this video I'm going to be revealing to you and showing you almost all of the components that I have received in for my first gaming PC build. I say almost all because I'm missing 3 parts that I don't have yet, and I was going to wait till I had all the parts to do this video, but honestly I was just too excited to share this build with you guys to wait for the other parts, and the other parts aren't really the very exciting parts. I'm missing the CD DVD drive, the aftermarket cooling fan, CPU cooling fan, and the power supply. So not necessarily the most exciting components. They're going to be coming in next week, and once I get those I can actually build the computer. But I will be showing you everything else because I have everything else here, and we're going to get started. I'm going to show you, like I said, pretty much everything I've got: the case, the mouse and keyboard, and all of the internal components. Alright, so I think the first thing we should do, the first thing we should show off here, should be the case. Alright, let me move this over to where you can see it. Alright, I probably should turn it this way. This is a better angle, I think. Alright, also I apologize if the lighting is not the best in here. I know it's kind of dark in this area, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it. I don't really have any extra light, so it might be kind of dark. But anyway, so this is the case. It is an InWin GT1, and it is black and red. Alright, you can see on the side here we have a viewing panel so that you can look in and see all of my components. I haven't taken this protective cover off yet because I'm not ready to build it. That's one side. On the top, I don't know if you can see this on the camera. Yeah, you can. Over here is your power button, and they actually have a manual fan control switch here for silence or turbo mode. They've got a docking bay here with a SATA port that you can put an external hard drive and dock it here. On the front of it, just checking the camera to see if you can see it. The front, you can see you've got these red accents. These are actually separate plastic pieces that come separately from this, and I went ahead and manually put all these in myself to give it that black and red look I'm going for. I forget the exact measurements, 5-inch or 5-point-something inch ports here where you can install your CD, DVD drive and stuff like that. You've also got on the front USB 2.0s and a USB 3.0, headphone and microphone jack, and the other side is just, you know, just the back panel, nothing on it, and then the back is just the back. Nothing really too exciting here. There is an LED fan in here. This clear fan here has LEDs in it that I assume will be red. Your PCI ports here and everything. So this is the case that I'm going with. It's a really nice case. It's made out of steel. Cool looking case. Nice black and red theme to it. And that's what I'm going for this build. Alright, so there is the case. So now, I think the next thing we should start with is the internal components. And to start with those, probably the best thing to start with is really the heart of the build, which is going to be the processor. So, get the case out of the way here. I'll grab the processor box and show you which processor I went with. So, here it is. This is my processor. This is the Intel Core i5 4670K. And so this is obviously a quad-core i5. It is the 4th generation of Intel, and it is the K model, which means it is overclockable if I want to do that. At this point, I'm not really looking necessarily to overclock because of the risks involved and because of just the fact that I'm amateur to this, so I don't want to necessarily overclock right now, but if I ever want to in the future, this processor will allow me to do so. So this is the one I went with, the i5 4670K, and again, I'm sorry I'm in my own light. What I might actually do, if you'll give me a second, is I might actually spin the camera around, because if I do that, I actually might get better lighting and won't necessarily get the shadows. Yes, I just showed you all my components. There you go. That's actually much better, because now you don't get the shadows and stuff in the way. So my cover's out of the way here on my bed. Alright, that's actually better. I don't know why I didn't start off pointing it this way. Anyway, alright, lighting's better now. So anyway, there you go with that. You saw the processor. The next thing we're going to go over is the motherboard. And I went with the MSI, zoom in, the MSI Z87 G45 gaming motherboard. And it is a 1150 motherboard, which is what my processor, the socket is. So here it is. This is the one I actually had recommended to me several times on Reddit and other places that other people really like this particular motherboard. As you can see, it is for gaming. It is a gaming motherboard. What I'll do is actually show you what it looks like in its static bag. I have to be careful because there's sharp pins sticking out the other side. But here it is. For what you can see of it, it's kind of hard to see through the bag, but it is red and black. Alright, that just kind of happened by coincidence. You've got the dragon, this dragon logo on it here, and yeah, it's a pretty nice motherboard. It's an ATX motherboard, and it's pretty awesome. It looks really cool. It's got the black and red. It is, as I mentioned, a gaming motherboard, and everybody said on Reddit, man, you gotta get a Z87 board. Those are the good boards for gaming, and obviously I didn't want to skimp on a motherboard, so there you go. Important to note, by the way, this is about $1,000 build. If any of you are wondering, this build comes in around $1,000, give or take. But yeah, so that is our motherboard. So now to the next big part of the build, the graphics card. All right, the video card. I did not skimp here either, although I didn't get the A+ #1 top of the line, you know, video card. I got a pretty good one. So this is the video card I went with. That is the, zoom in a little bit more, that is the Gigabyte GeForce GTX 760. Alright. The 770, which is the upgraded version of this, was about $100 more. And I just said, you know what, for my build, I'm not going for top of the line, super kick everything's ass build. I'm basically just going for the pretty good performance build that's going to run games pretty well. And so for my purposes, the 760, GTX 760 is just fine. As you can see, it's the OC version, which I assume means overclockable version. So again, if I want to overclock eventually, I can do it with this card. Open it up and show you what the card looks like. Alright, it's pretty big. It's kind of bigger than I thought. Again, it's in a static-proof bag. It might be hard to see with the reflection of the light, but there it is. 2 fans, as you can see, on it. And there's all your components there. The actual graphics card, but here you go. So that is the graphics card, alright? Yeah, no skimping there. This is a pretty expensive graphics card, but you want to invest in a good one if you're building a PC. Now this is cool too, because just for buying this video card, I got this with it. This is a code for a free version of Watch Dogs for the PC. That's right, they include this now. If you buy select GTX cards, you actually get Watch Dogs for free. So they gave me a code to download Watch Dogs, and so this is going to be my real first game on the PC once it's built, which is going to be pretty neat. So that's really awesome that they threw that in, a good sort of bonus for purchasing the GTX card. Alright? So now some of the other stuff, you've got my hard drive. Alright, nothing too exciting here. This is a 1 terabyte Western Digital Caviar Blue hard drive. 7200 RPM. And yeah, that's about it. There's not too much else to really talk about here. It's a hard drive, you know. It's not too exciting, but I went with 1 terabyte. Some other stuff here. This is my Wi-Fi card because I don't have Ethernet accessibility in my room, so I had to go ahead and pick up a Wi-Fi adapter. We'll see how this works. Hopefully well. I don't know. We'll have to find out once we plug it in and see, but it just plugs into a PCI slot, PCI Express, and you can get wireless that way. Alright, so let's get to a couple more fun stuff, and then we're pretty much done showing off the parts. And then I'll tell you the 3 parts I don't have. I have to look them up, the exact names. So first of all, let's take a look at the mouse that I picked up. And the mouse and keyboard, I got both of them from Corsair. So this is the mouse, and this is the Corsair Raptor. I actually have the box here for you. This is the box. It's the Corsair Raptor M40 gaming mouse. Alright? Pretty neat mouse. As you can see, it actually lights up here and up top with red lights. I'm actually going to plug it in with the keyboard and show you that. But this is the mouse. It's got 7 programmable buttons. If there's 2 buttons right here, 2 small buttons right here. You've got obviously your 2 main buttons, the wheel clicks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have 1 button here and 1 button up here. So 7 programmable buttons. You've got this really nice cord here. This is a nice durable cord. Not tangled, not, you know, tangleable. No, that's not a word, but, you know. Can't really get this thing tangled up, which is nice. It's covered in like cloth, a cloth coating. So this is a nice durable cord you get with it. Alright, and of course it's pretty cool. The USB connector's red. Again, keeping... Oh yeah, I forgot the RAM. I forgot to show you guys the RAM. I'll show you that in a second. Where did I put the RAM? Here it is. It was under this box. That's why I didn't see it. But anyway, I'll show you that after. But yeah, this is the mouse. It's really good. It actually has a weight system on the bottom here. It's got 3 pins you can see here, and you can unscrew those and take out the weights underneath them if you want to weight your mouse differently. I like it how it is right now. I've been using it a little bit, and it seems fine how it is. So, but you have the option, which is nice. So a really cool mouse. It looks nice, and it lights up red, which I will show you. So before we go to the keyboard, let me show you the RAM, which I forgot. Here's the RAM. They are G-Skill Ripjaws. 2 sticks of 4 GB RAM, so it's 8 gigs of RAM. As you can see, once again, the nice black and red color matches beautifully with the color scheme. Looks exactly like the colors of the motherboard, actually, which is cool. So yeah, this is my RAM. This RAM was really highly rated. I looked, there's so many different kinds of RAM you can buy. So I looked around and found that this RAM was really, really highly rated. A lot of people liked it and reviewed it highly. And so, as you can see, perfect memory for your gaming PC. Everything I bought is pretty much gaming. You know, it says it's for gaming, which is the whole point of this PC. So, yeah, 2 sticks of 4 GB G-Skill Ripjaw RAM. Again, looks cool. It's got a mean design. Fits in well with the color scheme. So that's the RAM. By the way, the motherboard I picked out can support up to 32 gigs of RAM. So I'm only have 8 right now, but if I ever want to upgrade, I can upgrade the thing all the way to 32, which is kind of nuts. So let's show the keyboard now. I love this freaking keyboard, by the way. The keyboard and mouse were provided by my girlfriend and her parents for a birthday/graduation present, so shout out to them, much appreciated. So here you go. Here's the keyboard, and I should get this out of the way and move it. So this keyboard is freaking cool, alright? First of all, I'm going to get a good zoom going here. Pardon me while I do this. This keyboard, I'll get the case for you here to show you. This keyboard is, again, like I mentioned, Corsair. It is the Corsair, you can't see crap from that. Hold on, let me zoom out for the box. There you go. This is the Corsair Vengeance K70 mechanical keyboard, alright? That's your box. So what does this thing do? Well, first of all, you're seeing it with some options put on it, alright? When I say that, I mean you're seeing it with, first of all, this attachment, which is a removable wrist rest. This does not come placed on it. I put this on myself. And also you're seeing that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 keys and the WASD keys, which are of course your main sort of movement controls for PC gaming, are red. And what you probably can't tell is that they're actually textured and they're actually raised on specific sides. For instance, the W is raised on top, slopes up on the left here and on the right here, so that you can easily, your fingers easily, without looking at the keyboard, will know exactly where they are. You'll know where WASD is. Same thing here. 1 is curved up to the left. These are all flat across, and the 6 up to the right here. So it's contained, and it's really good. Now, these are optional. When you take the keyboard out of the box, excuse me, when you take the keyboard out of the box, all these are these flat black keys like you see right here. It comes with a very handy tool that you use to just slip on over the keys and pull them right off, and you can install these. And of course I went ahead and installed them because they're really nice. They add color to the board, again, as you can see, black and red, and they're just awesome to get that texture here for the commonly used keys and that color. It looks great. So those are optional. And again, this wristband, this wrist rest I put on optionally. What's really nice about this keyboard, in addition to that, is that you've got your full number, your number pad over here, which is really good. It's a full keyboard in that aspect. Up here, I don't know if you can see up here. So yeah, you can. Up here are media controls, so stop, rewind, play, pause, and fast forward. This is actually a volume slider. You just slide up and down to change your volume, and a mute button. And up here, you've got lock your window key with this button. So if you're playing a game, you can go ahead and lock that. So if you hit a window key, you won't accidentally cancel out your game. You've got LED controls. That's right. This entire keyboard is backlit with LEDs, and you guessed it, they're red. We're going to hook this thing up and show you. They're freaking amazing. But these are LED controls. This controls your brightness, and this is actually a custom LED button, meaning that you can custom set which keys you want to be lit with LEDs, and there's 2 modes. You can cycle through all keys lit up, and then to your custom mode where you can decide which keys are lit. And this whole thing, like I said, lights up in LED. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, it is powered by 2 USB cables. Alright, but what's nice is that there's actually a pass-through, a USB pass-through port on top of this, so you can plug a USB into there. And what I generally think I'm probably going to do is plug these 2 into the PC, and then plug my mouse into the pass-through, and that worked. So we're going to go ahead. I have my Mac right here next to me. That sorry, the camera's getting moved. That I'm going to use to power this, and I'm just going to use it, like I said, for power purposes so that you can see the LEDs on this thing. Alright, it's plugged in, and I'm also going to plug in my mouse so you can see the lights on it. It's probably off screen right now. Alright, let's see how this looks on the camera. Zoom out a little bit. Alright, so you can see my mouse is lit up. You can see the Corsair symbol, and this on top here is lit up red. It looks freaking sweet. It's my MacBook over there powering this thing. And now I'm going to go ahead and turn on the LEDs. Just like that. Boom. Look at that. Look how freaking sweet that is, right? And I think, there you go. There's the brightest setting of the LEDs. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn my lights off here so you can see this in the dark. Boom, look at that. Now that's freaking sweet, man. I know it's a little hard to tell because it's on a freaking camera, but look at that. That's awesome. You've got the keyboard lit up. The camera doesn't do it justice. It looks amazing in the dark. And of course, if I rotate the camera here to the left, you can see my mouse is glowing. And that thing's freaking sweet. And again, you've got different brightness levels. So this is the brightest, that's off, that's low brightness, medium, and high brightness. And it just looks freaking cool. Now, like I said, you have this mode, or you can cycle to your custom mode. And look at that. I hit the custom button, and now, I know you can't tell what keys these are, but these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and WASD. Those are the red textured keys. And then down here is your arrow keys. And you can customize any of these keys you want to light up or not light up. You can do it very easily that way. So, whoops, hold on. There you go. Alright, we can turn the lights back on. Alright, so yeah, that is the keyboard. Pretty freaking sweet, right? Gonna go ahead and unplug. And again, that's the Corsair Vengeance K70 keyboard and the Corsair Raptor M40 mouse. Very, very cool gaming keyboard and mouse. I should really enjoy using this in my gaming. And again, beautifully matches the sort of red and black color theme I have through the whole build. Pretty much everything is going to be red and black that you're going to see, and it's going to look amazing with the viewing window in the case and all that. Let me go ahead and get my MacBook out of the way. So, last sort of little thing here. I have not taken this out of the tube yet, but all this is a Corsair Vengeance MM200. It's more or less, sorry for my dog barking, it's more or less just a mouse pad or mat. It's called a cloth mouse mat, so I guess it's bigger than your typical mouse pad, which is good for playing games. And it's just supposed to be a good surface for the mouse. Again, it's made by Corsair, so it's made probably to work well with the mouse. So that's the only other thing. Now let me tell you the last 3 components I'm missing. I will actually read them to you. You'll have to go on the website. I probably should have done this earlier. The 3 parts I don't have. For my aftermarket CPU cooling fan, because I'm not using the standard one, you've got the Cooler Master Hypo 212 Evo, which is a very common, actually zoom this out, which is a very common aftermarket cooling fan. It's just a heat sink tower that goes on with a fan instead of just a little fan that sits on top. So that, I'm still waiting on that. I'm waiting on my power supply, which is an EVGA 500 watt 80 plus bronze certified ATX power supply. Again, 500 watts, it might seem like a little low, but when I did the build on this website, PC Part Picker, it told me my estimated wattage was around 363 watts. So I think 500 will be perfect to power this. That's the only, I'm worried it might be a little low on wattage, but I think it'll be fine. If it turns out it's a little too low, I can always swap it out for a bigger one. I could have got a bigger one if I was planning on doing massive upgrades to this rig, but I'm really not planning on doing that. I'm planning on keeping it how it is for a good long while. And so that's what I went with. And then my CD-DVD drive is easy. It's just a Samsung SH224DB/BEBE DVD CD writer. That's the exact product name of it, but it's just a Samsung DVD writer, like you would expect. I don't need Blu-ray or anything. I got a PS3 and a PS4. I got plenty of Blu-ray players, so no need to spend the extra money there. And those are the 3 parts I'm missing. It's now a Friday, so UPS and all won't ship over the weekend. So early to mid next week, I should be getting those final 3 parts, and then I can actually build this computer. So there it was, guys. I just revealed to you all of my components for the PC. Very excited to get this thing built. I will be shooting another video for you after this thing's put together, giving you a look at the finished product, you know, through the viewing window of the tower and everything, the mouse and keyboard all hooked in. It should be freaking sweet. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to putting this thing together and testing it out. So that's my build. Let me know what you think of my build in the comments. If you think that you like what you saw, if you think the red and black color scheme looks cool or whatever. Certainly, if you have any questions about the parts or where I bought them, ask them. I can give you the exact names of all these things. If you're looking for parts and looking to build a PC, I'd recommend PCPartPicker.com. It's amazing. That's where I built mine. I have no affiliation with them or anything. I'm not plugging them. I'm just saying they were really helpful. You can pick all of your different components separately, and they tell you, if they work well with one another, and then they give you the best price that they can find for the item on the internet, so you can make sure you get the cheapest price, which is really cool. So if you're looking for anything specific, I'd try that website out. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed staring at my floor for the past couple minutes while I talked. There's nothing to show on camera. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I'll show you guys the finished product, and again, if you have any questions or any general feedback for my build, please let me know. Again, this is about a $1,000 build when it's all said and done, and it should be pretty good. So, alright, I'm Voodoo. Thanks for watching. I'm excited to get to PC gaming, and I hope you're excited to see that content on my channel. Watch Dogs will be the first full PC game I'll be playing, so it'll be a good way to test the new system. So, alright, thanks, and I'll see you again real soon. Peace out.